We are Nerd Thug Radio.
Ooh.
I'm the Captain Joey Savage.
Corey DLG.
Nico DLG.
You're listening to us on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1.
Sister stations.
And worldwide at
IRLoneStar.com.
And of course, you can find us at the Facebook.com/Nerd Thug Radio.
That's true. That's
also
very true.
have some breaking news.
Oh.
Breaking news.
Third camera.
Hot off the press.
Wait.
All right, Nico, get in here with me.
Wait, hang on. They're still notifying Netherlands.
Go
Hang
ahead
on.
and get me in here.
All right, here you go. Pull
Get me
it
into
up.
this.
Oh,
Get me into this.
all right, here you go.
Fresh off the press.
Okay, go ahead.
I haven't had Chinese food in a week. That is insane. No Chinese food in a week for me.
I just had Chinese food yesterday, so I don't know what you're talking.
It's
Like that's
more
a record.
weird.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's been weird. It's been a really weird week.
Do you feel?
I do. I've been getting
Yeah,
shakes
I was
and
gonna
stuff.
say.
And I've smelt it.
Setting in.
You know, as I'm driving by, like I have to drive by like 3 of them on the way to
I
work.
don't know how you do that.
Oh, it's been like
Torturous.
it's been a rough week.
If we were a really trashy clip show, right here we would air that clip of Tom Cruise in The Last Samurai when he's sweating it out and he's just yelling, "Saki!
Saki!
Saki!"
Yeah.
Because that's like, how are you not going through severe withdrawals right
I
now?
called my sponsor
Yeah.
and I said, "Man, it's going rough. I haven't had Chinese food in a week." And he said,
Do you want to meet and talk about it? I'm going to go to the 88 grand.
he
Right.
said, no, he said, try ramen noodles.
Oh.
Try that. That might help curb the appetite.
But that just ruins the appetite for anything, not just like good food. Like if you have
It worked
ramen
for me.
noodles,
It worked for me. Ramen noodles are like my e-cigarette.
I don't even, I have
just
no
water
like,
vapor.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, right. It's just water, noodle, and vapor.
Ugh.
Oh man,
Ugh.
yeah, it's been a rough one. But other than that, Corey DLG, you've got some.
I mean, are you okay? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't.
I don't think he wants to talk about it.
Yeah.
yeah, that's all I got right there.
Like weak spells and like blackouts and like, can you account for all of your time in the last week? Are you sure you haven't?
There's been a couple days where I'm not sure what's been going on. I've been really incoherent.
Right. Like, do you ever just wake up finding you've traveled to a Chinese buffet and like
right.
you're in the parking lot and you're like, oh my God, no,
How did I
don't go
get
in.
here? How did it come to this?
Right. You've broken in at
Ugh.
3 a.m, covered
Yeah,
in
but
egg
it's-
roll, like pre-make,
But it's been a rough week.
just the chopped vegetable all over you.
But you heard a pretty cool headline this week.
I
Yeah,
did.
go ahead and spit
So
us.
this was so I have the CNN app on my phone. You know me, I'm too political. So I get notified all the time.
I know.
And it's I'm thinking about turning it off because it does drive me crazy where I get these notifications from different stuff.
Right.
This headline though literally made me stop what I was doing. I put down my video game controller, I paused it, I picked it up, and I read this headline probably four
Put my
times.
video game controller down, my Mountain Dew,
Yeah.
wipe the chips off my chest, and
The
I grab my phone.
Cheeto dust, like when I moved, like a cloud of Cheeto. It was like when someone steps on Mars for the first time. That's what it's gonna look like.
Okay.
So I'm looking at this headline and I read it 3 or 4 times. The the headline was fidget spinners becoming a danger, comma, catching fire and choking hazard.
What the heck?
Who the heck is choking on a fidget spinner? So I had to click on this article because I was like,
Yeah,
what is
Of
going
course
on?
you did.
So I click on the article, and it turns out that people as old as 14
That's insane.
have had to go to the emergency room choking on pieces from the fidget spinner.
So like the ball bearings or like the
Yeah. So okay.
It's
so
got little
most,
covers and stuff on
so
them.
most fidget spinners they have the covers, but then in the middle they have a piece that you can pull out.
Right.
And so are they pulling those out and putting them in their mouth?
I don't know who's doing what, but people are swallowing those.
Eat ice instead, bro.
There was a 10-year-old
Right.
girl who had to have emergency surgery
Ain't
through
nobody
her
choking on Legos.
through her throat. I don't think that's true. Actually, I think people are.
Not at
That's
14.
a different issue. Not at
Right.
14 though.
Right.
That's
Not
yeah.
at 14.
Also, they're catching fire and in some instances melting. So I had to because my first was like, who is spinning it that fast? Like,
Right.
what's going on? No. It turns out the battery operated ones.
Oh yeah.
The ones that, like,
Some of
little
those are very
flashlights,
some of
shoddily
those
made.
are shoddily made.
Now my kids have like 4 fidget spinners each,
Okay,
and none of them are that dangerous.
you think?
Now, I
Bum,
remember,
bum,
I remember when they first
bum.
came out, people were complaining because some of them were made with lead. Like, oh, their kids are gonna get lead poisoning because they were putting the fidget spinners in their mouth and stuff. But I mean, they're just fidget spinners.
But again, like that's someone who doesn't know how to use a toy properly.
right?
And I'm not gonna say that I haven't put never mind.
Yes, you have. You've put lots of things in your mouth.
I was going to say things that you're not supposed to. That you put,
you have. You have
yeah,
tons of stuff.
I have.
Remember that one time we were at that party in Huntsville? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
That did happen.
Yep. What about that time we went to Vegas?
Look,
Last time we were in Mexico.
We needed the money. $20 is $20.
That's 4 months rent.
I wish $20 was 4 months rent. Mexico would be a really cheap place to live. But no, so
and dangerous.
I just who's taking a fidget spinner and going, you know what I need to do? Put all of this in my mouth.
Right.
It's not even wieldly. Like
the problem with these things is they start out and they were just very simple.
Right.
And then that's not good enough for kids. So then they've got the ones that light up.
Right.
And they've got the ones that have streamers attached to them. And then they got the ones in the shape of like ninja stars. And then they've got the ones in the shape of Captain America's shield.
That's cool. I want that.
And
one.
then they just have ones that light fireworks. And then they have ones that like shoot slices of pepperonis off when you get there. And they've got all these different
When you get where?
fidget spinners. And they just keep trying
What
to get bigger
location
and
do you
bigger.
have to drive to get
And then
the
you
fire
get ones where you
pepperoni
light the
slice?
edges and it's like a firework as you're spinning around your hand, and it's like a sparkler, and then it just blows up. Like, why can't we just stay with the basics?
Because basic is boring.
You've got to stop buying Mexican toys. You have to.
No, they're the greatest.
Yeah.
You've
They
never
have
lived.
no safety law.
You've never lived till you bought Mexican fireworks, man.
I think a lot of people who have died said that exact thing.
Here, what's that?
Very
famous,
common.
My father-in-law.
Famous last words.
Yeah, my father-in-law. He said a redneck's famous last words. Hold my beer and watch this.
Hold my beer and watch this is definitely some famous last
That's
words.
gonna be
Right.
me one day.
So the Consumer for Product Safety Commission has warned people that up to 14 years of age monitor their fidget spinner
Now
usage.
they're gonna start checking IDs when they buy fidget spinners. You gotta be 18 or older to buy a fidget spinner.
But even then, like, it's for ruining your children. So, like, you're just going to give it to your kid and hope they
Yeah.
don't choke on it. Like,
You start getting like a ticket if you buy fidget spinners for
right?
minors.
Is that for a minor? I noticed it's got a SpongeBob on it.
What
Is
are you
that for you?
What are you doing in here, man? What are you doing at the pin? I bought fidget spinners for kids.
Right.
What'd you do?
Murder.
I
We're
killed
in-
a guy once.
We're in the same place with a trident.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I always wonder about that. Like, when you're in jail. Like, I know people, and they've given me the explanation where, like, people have the different barcodes on the wrist, and then, like, the really dangerous people have a different color wristband completely. And those are the ones that are supposed to be kept separate for, like, 23 hours a day and stuff like that.
You want to hear one of my jail stories?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I got one of the 3 times. It was Martin Luther King Day. Martin Luther King Day, actually. I was driving back to Dallas, and I had some traffic warrants, so I got pulled over. I had my dogs with me, so I went to jail. My dogs went to jail. They went to the pound or whatever. But I was in Tarrant County in Corsicana, Texas.
Oh.
And so I'm sitting on the bench.
But, like, that's got to be a weird feeling because you're probably by yourself most of the day, right? You and, like, the town drunk are the only two people.
No. So this place, I'm sitting on this bench, and
What's going on in Corsicana?
There's just like criminals in jail suits walking all around like freely. It's one of those like open work type ones.
I hate that.
I was like, okay. And then they're like, all right, you sit here. This is your job for right now. I'm like, okay. He's like, look behind you. There's like this big, tall, muscular sideshow Bob looking dude.
Right.
Young kid. It's like, he's in here wanted on murder. And he's also on suicide watch. Watch him. If he does anything crazy, you tell us. I'm like, I just got pulled over for like traffic warrants. And
Right.
Now I'm responsible for this man's life?
You can't drag me into this mess. Like,
Where's my phone call? I need my phone call right now.
Yeah, I don't want to play that. I'm not doing
Ugh.
that.
I get out of there fast.
That is some pressure because I feel like I would just be.
Right.
I don't know.
You're
Like,
now responsible for someone else's life.
right. I
Tell
don't-
you what, I paid my tickets now. That's all it took for old Jay Savage. I'm not gonna be responsible for this guy any longer.
Right.
Yeah,
I
I
wanna
don't,
go
know
back.
how I feel about that.
Yeah, it was rough.
I think I'd rather they just put me in my own little room and just treat me like a prisoner instead of saying that I'm responsible for someone else's
but
life.
the thing that
I don't need more responsibility.
Okay.
I'm clearly irresponsible. That's why I'm in jail.
So here's the worst part about it, right? It's Martin Luther King Day. So they, my bosses at the time were driving back through.
See, I have a question, but I can't ask it.
So they stop, and they're gonna post my bail or whatever. Well, then they post it, but then like, oh no, he's got this. We're gonna have to deport him to Tarrant County. Like, oh well, fine, we'll just pick him up in Arlington the next day. And then so they leave, but then like they figured out they made a mistake, so they ended up letting me go. But by that time, my boss is already gone. So I had about $700 in my pocket, cash.
You got to get the car out of impound and the dogs out of the pound.
So I get out, and they don't give you your cash back. They
No.
give you a check. So now I've got a $700 check. So on Martin Luther King Day in a small town where everything is closed, I've got to walk like a mile and a half to a pawn shop, cash my check. They take a percentage fee.
Right.
Then my car is in an impound 15 miles on the other side of town. So I got to they call them, they come pick me up, and then the pound is closed because it's a holiday, so I can't even get my dogs. I have to go back to Arlington, wake up at like 6:30 in the morning, come back and pick them up.
And your dogs were even more bad. One of them got a tattoo and joined a gang.
They did. Man, it was.
Are you with Cholo
insane.
Rita now?
It was insane. That was my last experience.
I already don't trust those jails where they just let the people walk around and do stuff.
It was really weird.
Because in the back of my mind, those people don't want to be free, right? Because like the idea of jail is like you have to sit here and do your time. But if they're like, hey, you can walk around and sweep stuff up if you want. No, I don't want to. I'd rather sit in my cell and be a criminal. Because if you're going to open the doors and let me out, I'm not coming back. Well, right?
I mean, you still can't get out. I mean, there's still security doors to get out.
Right, but now I'm supposed to do stuff for you while you're punishing me?
Yeah,
like,
I think it's a way, though, you can work time off that way in those places.
I'll take a nap.
Yeah, I bet you would. You're really good. How much time do I get taken off if I take naps all day?
Right.
I'm sorry, sir. You're going to have to go sleep in the yard.
Oh, no problem.
Okay, dokie.
Can you wake up? We're going to take you guys to the outside for a while. Oh, fine.
I like how we started with Chinese food and ended up with jail stories.
The outside.
Jails and naps.
Welcome,
the outside.
Welcome back, Nerd Thuggers.
Yeah.
Get ready for school this week. Stay in
man.
school, kids.
Aren't you ready?
Stay in school, kids.
Stay in school.
Finish high school.
You know, my only the thing I hate about back to school time.
30 seconds. Go ahead.
Every clothing store right now
Tax-free weekend.
is like a penitentiary yard in and of itself. Like you've got to watch all corners and grab everything you're looking for right away.
But you know what they do? I know this for a fact. At least one store, and I won't name drop.
They raise the prices.
They raise the prices, so then the taxes cover that, so then they don't even lose money. But people just, no taxes, and they go crazy. But
right. No,
they probably make more money that way.
it's actually technically against the law if they don't do it in the right like time frame.
Right.
Because there's a rule against it, but people do it for sales. Like they'll go up $3 in price, and then they'll have a $2 off sale.
Right.
And like you're not supposed to do that.
You're not supposed to.
Not supposed to.
Wow.
And you're not supposed to go to jail, so please finish school, kids.
Right, finish
Let's
school.
take a break real quick.
Pay your tickets. That's what it boils down to. It's like you didn't even do anything wrong that time.
We're
but
gonna
just pay your
take a break.
tickets.
When we come back, we're gonna get into a little bit of Netflix talk, and we've got a special guest coming up later in the show. So stick with us, Nerd Thug Radio.
Hashtag talking nerdy to you.